Hi, my beloved friends. We start our new video series, Black Magic Exposed. Black magic became a hot topic starting from the summer of this year, 2024. Since we revisited Tablets of Fire in the month of June, according to a serial mean, all historical falls of civilizations and global catastrophes were caused by something hiding behind mysterious name of black magic. Whatever it is, we know this is a primary force that has potential to wipe all life off the planet Earth. And this gives us more than enough reasons and motivation to investigate what it is and how to either neutralize it completely or to keep it at safe enough distance from the planet. We have potential for both. Everything will depend on the level of our dedication and involvement. But as a result of our research, we will be equipped with more than enough resources that will enable us to achieve at least the second option. As we already stated, the potential is here to achieve the maximum result, and we aim for the best. If we want to be truly successful in our fast lane self-advancement, we are never satisfied with the average and the mediocre. We are not here to just philosophize. We are here to work towards achieving what we aim to achieve. Neutralization of black magic on Earth. Whatever it takes, we don't care if it's going to be instant or gradual, but it's not going to be too long. That's for sure. So before we move on, let's look at the signs in our own lives that may indicate that we are under the influence of black magic or we practice it ourselves, consciously or unconsciously. And most of the people do it unconsciously. First of all, it's an ongoing mental, emotional, environmental chaos and confusion that causes energy draining. We clearly feel that we're being drained of energy. Actually, black magic is also known as a magic of chaos. Magic of chaos. It seems that those people don't have a clear idea about who they are, what they are, and the cause of their life. Cause is different from vision, goal, dream. That maybe originated from a cause, but also they may be inspired by the external source of influence. So they change depending on change of the sources of influence. The world tries to constantly bombard us with all kinds of information and influences. People that don't know deep within themselves the cause of their life, why they're here, are naturally confused and chaotic, which is the sign of being under the influence of black magic. And the root of black magic is manipulation, manipulating others for the personal benefit of the manipulator. Any sort of manipulation is a black magic in action. And any situation where manipulation is involved exists under a spell of black magic. How can you recognize that you are being manipulated? By constant or frequent feeling of being emotionally and physically drained. Being anxious, fearful, doubtful of your own personal feelings, your own personal ideas and thoughts. If you experience that, then you're either a black magic practitioner or the one who lives under the influence of other operators of black magic. We need to clearly understand that both operators and victims of black magic are both victims. No one wins here. Everyone loses. It's no win situation, clearly lose-lose situation. So those who, by using manipulation to get other people to live and to do how they want them to live and what they want them to do, are equally lose with those who do what others want them to do and live according to other people's wills. And if you find yourself influenced by multiple streams of informational influence that are not only different but also contradicting to each other, then confusion is unavoidable. This is what usually happens when people try to learn spiritual truth from multiple sources of information. Later in our series, we will explain why we're not able to learn spiritual truth from the external source of information. And perhaps this will be our last video that we'll produce and you'll watch, because there's a real possibility that you'll completely lose desire to even open YouTube to find spiritual truth. Or perhaps we will still be talking, but the format will be completely different. Actually, we don't position ourselves as a source of divine truth. Otherwise, it will be a black magic on our part. We're just facilitators. We facilitate space for you to work with your own highest truth, which you can find only within your own selves. No one except yourselves knows who you are, how you're supposed to think, how you're supposed to live, what you're supposed to do, and why you exist. So, first of all, watch the following signs. mental, emotional confusion, emotional and physical sense of energy loss, ongoingly or occasionally, loss of self-confidence, or complete lack of self-confidence. You feel like there must always be some higher authorities than you that know better than you. All of this indicate that you trust someone or something else more than you trust yourself. This is a clear sign of presence of black magic in our lives. We allowed someone else to sow seeds of self-doubt, self-disempowerment into our lives. Someone tries to manipulate you into a state of helplessness, and next step will always be an offer of their so-called assistance, which is really exploitation or taking advantage of our life force or financial resources. It's impossible to manipulate self-confident people. So the first step will always be to see if it's possible to manipulate them into self-doubt. And they say, oh, it sounds so convincing. Before I was so sure that everything was clear to me, but now I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm totally confused, and I'm not sure if I can trust myself at all. So this is the goal of Black Magician, to bring his victim into a state of self-doubt. And now the next step, victim should be manipulated into trusting a manipulator. Manipulator says, trust me. The foundational principle of Black Magic free living is never trust anyone. Never trust anyone, trust only your own self. A manipulator, which is a synonym of Black Magician, can also direct his efforts towards a sense of self-devaluation by systematically communicating to you that your personal truth has no value unless some sort of higher authority confirms its truthfulness. If someone believes in their own insufficiency and ineptness, then he'll always be looking for someone who is supposedly more powerful, more wise, wiser, and more resourceful than them. And in this state, people are potential victims of all kinds of Black Magician. Don't trust anyone. Trust only yourself. Only you know what's true to you and what's not. We'll continue in our next videos. Talk to you soon.